Good evening, everyone. As Buffalo mourns the loss of 3-year-old Ramone Carter, who was shot to death while playing outside with his sister in Buffalo this weekend, there is a renewed focus on gun crime, as Crime Stoppers Western New York is offering a $7,500 reward for information leading to the arrest of the suspect in Ramone's murder. And good evening once again. Data on recent crime trends shows murders have dropped dramatically in Erie County, including Buffalo, though that is little relief to those who knew and loved little Ramone. Any murder is one too many, especially when it's a child who was just out playing on a Saturday evening. But these are the numbers. Last year, there were 42 murders in Erie County. You can see the lowest level since 2011 and a 48% reduction from the previous year. Law enforcement have made gun seizures a big priority. This is recently from Buffalo Police, showing almost 20 gun arrests, 19 guns seized over just the first 2 weeks of this month. The district attorney and police commissioner saying this after Ramone's death this weekend.
We are up to almost 300 guns recovered to date.
This is outrageous. We can no longer continue to allow this to happen. This is unbelievable. I mean, the fact that there are so many guns on the street that Commissioner Grimaldi just referenced, it is the most frequent crime that we prosecute as felonies in Erie County. There are just way too many illegal guns on the street.
So what's happening to get those guns off of our streets? Michael Keane is the acting district attorney in Erie County. You just heard from him at that news conference, and he joins me now live. Mr. District Attorney, thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me, Michael.
I want to start. I know we can't get into the specifics of this case. It's an ongoing investigation. You hope to make an arrest in a case like this as soon as you can. But I was struck by the tone of what you had to say at the news conference this weekend. And you could obviously feel the pain that the community feels when we lose a 3-year-old to a tragedy like this.
Yeah. So look, as you indicated already, any homicide is one too many. But I think when you have a child, any age, a child that's killed, an innocent, completely innocent victim, it's shocking, it's alarming to the community. Obviously it's devastating to the family, and I think that's why you saw the reactions that you did from the mayor, the police commissioner, myself, the councilmen that were present, and the community is really shocked by this.
Gun crime has been of particular focus for years now in the city of Buffalo. Walk me through some of the efforts that your office is doing in conjunction with Buffalo Police, and I'm sure other law enforcement in the area as well. I mean, we showed there 19 guns seized, 20 arrests in less than a 2-week period. It seems significant.
Yeah, it is, and we have it every week. I know as I indicated at that press conference, and you're aware, the criminal possession of a weapon in the second degree, which is an illegally possessed loaded firearm in New York State. If you don't have the right to possess that firearm, it is a C violent felony. For that crime, you can go to state prison for 3.5 to 15 years. And we prosecute more of those cases in Erie County than any other felony. And it's by far. Every month when we bring a grand jury in, every 6 weeks, we prosecute more of those illegally possessed firearms than any other charge. It's a problem. It's not just a problem in Western New York, it's a problem across this country. Now, what we do is we have great relationships with the police department, with the New York State Police, with the Erie County Sheriff's Department, and all the other police agencies to try to be proactive in the way that we are, for example, monitoring these young kids, because a lot of times it's young people that are involved in these cases. We monitor their social media activity. And one of the things we do is through this GIVE grant, we go and after monitoring them and we see that they're threatening each other on social media or that they're showing off that they have a gun, we go to their houses, we knock on their doors, we talk to their parents, and we warn them that they are either going to be a victim or they are going to be a defendant in the near future if they don't stop messing around with guns.
Clearly, as you mentioned, you're prosecuting these cases at as high a level as you can. How do you get the message out there to the criminal element in our community that you don't want to have an illegal gun because of those serious consequences that you just mentioned? This is not a slap on the wrist, even if someone doesn't use it in the commission of a horrific murder like we saw this weekend.
Well, we indict them and we make them plead guilty to the charge. Now, there are some situations where there are mitigating circumstances where we try to be careful and mindful about all of the cases. We're not, these are individuals that you're dealing with, and so you don't treat everybody exactly the same way. If the gun is used or it's threatened to be used, If it's fired, certainly, that's obviously more serious than if it's somebody that didn't do that. So we take them very seriously. We're charging them with the highest crime they can be charged with. And in most cases, we are making them plead guilty as charged. And when they do that, they're looking at a long state prison sentence. So, one of the difficulties that we have is that we want these people off the street, okay? And when they're arrested, it's one thing. But in order to keep them off the street, we have to get them remanded. And in these cases, as you're probably aware, we do ask the judges to remand them after arraignment, meaning we ask them to not set bail, and we're allowed to do that, notwithstanding the bail statutes. We are allowed to ask for remand on these criminal possession of a weapon charges. And when the judges do that, at least that person that's charged with that crime can no longer go out and hurt somebody or kill somebody on the streets.
Obviously, you need the public's help in order to solve crimes, and you mentioned every crime is different, right? But especially with what we saw this weekend, you imagine there are witnesses or there are people who know things. Walk me through your department's involvement with Buffalo Police in going out there and trying to convince people to talk. And are people more likely to when the victim is a 3-year-old? I mean, does that change the sort of emotional attachment that people in the community have to this?
Yeah, I do think that's right. Okay. Now, like any case, we can't solve them without witnesses in most situations. And so the witnesses are critical. I think you're right. I think, a case involving a child is going to be more likely to get witnesses to cooperate with us. And, in this case, there were a number of witnesses. But I think this starts with the Buffalo Police Department's neighborhood engagement team and our community involvement as well. Because when we build relationships with the community, they know that they can trust us. They know that we are invested in the community, that we have, public safety, which is at the top of everybody's, priorities. That's our primary focus. And when we have those relationships, they're more likely to come forward and work with us on the investigation and prosecution of these cases.
I only have 30 seconds left, but it's, you juxtapose the positive news out there that you're getting guns off the streets, that we had the fewest number of murders last year, but you juxtapose that with just this innocent loss of life. And as you said, every murder is one too many.
Yeah. I mean, the great news about last year is that the numbers were down, as you indicated. Mm-hmm. They haven't been that low since 2011. We had a 45% increase in shootings with victims last year as opposed to the previous 3-year average. And that's great. But now that those numbers are so low, even the little bump that we have had this year already, mm-hmm. and it's a minor bump, but when you have a case like this, it really highlights the horrific nature of violent crime and why we all have to work together to try to stop it.
Yeah, the work that remains. Erie County Acting District Attorney Michael Keane, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.